Think about it for a second. How many times a day do you click a button or tap on your screen? It feels totally instant, right? Automatic. But behind that one simple action is this incredibly clever design rule that honestly saves us from making a mess of things every single day. Oh, you know that feeling. That split second where your thumb slips, you hit send on that email that's only half written, or you accidentally tap delete instead of save. That little jolt of panic, right? The scramble to see if there's an undo button? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, that panic, it's exactly what good design is built to prevent. There's this elegant, almost invisible rule working behind the scenes on the best apps and websites, and it's designed specifically to give you an escape hatch. It's called pointer cancellation. So to really get what's going on here, we have to break down the simplest thing we do online, a click. Because it turns out it's not really one single event. It's actually two separate moments in time. And this tiny split-second difference between pressing down and lifting your finger back up, it's everything. You've got the down event, that's the press, and you've got the up event, that's the release. That tiny little gap between the two is where all the magic happens. It's the space that makes this whole design principle possible. So the big idea, the main goal here is just to cut down on those accidental clicks. And the why behind it is, well, it's just beautifully human. It's all about making it easier for anyone to take back a mistake. It's basically forgiveness built right into the design. And to make this happen, designers have a set of really clear options. You can kind of think of them as 4 different paths they can follow to make sure an app or website is forgiving and doesn't trap you into a mistake. All right, so here they are. You can think of the first 3 as different kinds of escape hatches. And that 4th one, that's the rare, but sometimes very necessary exception to the rule. Let's break them down. This is by far the most common way to do it. And honestly, it's the most elegant. Basically, nothing actually happens when you press down. The website just waits. It waits for you to lift your finger, the up event, before it actually does the thing you asked it to do. And this is what gives us that built-in escape hatch we use all the time without even thinking about it. You press down on a button, you see it light up, and then you have that moment of, oh, wait, wrong one. As long as your finger is still down, you can just slide it off the button and then lift it up. The action is canceled, nothing happens. You probably do this dozens of times a day without a second thought. Okay, so that's for a simple click. But what about more complex stuff? Like dragging and dropping a file. For things like that, you still need a really clear way to, abort the mission if you change your mind. Let's just walk through it. You press down to grab a file, that's your down event. You start dragging it across the screen. But before you let go, you change your mind. A well-designed system lets you just move that file to a place where it can't be dropped, and then you let go. The file just snaps right back to where it started. See? It's just another way to cancel. Now, this third path is a little different. Here, the down event does do something, but it's only temporary. A great example is when you press and hold on an image to get a quick preview. The preview pops up when you press, but the second you lift your finger, the release, poof, it's gone. The up event simply reverses whatever the down event started. So, with all these clever ways to avoid mistakes, are there ever times when an action has to happen the instant you press down? Yes, absolutely. And of course, there's a specific rule for that too. So here's the crucial part. You're only really allowed to make something happen on the press if waiting for the release would completely break the whole point of the action. It's not a loophole. It's for those moments when timing is absolutely everything. And these are the perfect examples. Imagine an on-screen piano. You need the note to play the instant you touch the key, not when you lift your finger off, right? Same for a video game where you need to jump at a precise moment. Or just typing on your phone. You expect that letter to show up when you tap it, just like a real keyboard. In these cases, the down event isn't just better, it's essential. So why get this deep into one tiny little interaction? Why is there an entire guideline for this? Well, because the impact is actually huge, and it goes way beyond just stopping you from sending a clumsy email. This just nails it, doesn't it? At its heart, this is all about creating digital spaces that are considerate, that are forgiving. It's about respecting the fact that we're human, we're not perfect, and building a little safety net for all of us. Sure, this principle is a total lifeline for users with motor impairments who might not have pinpoint control. It's huge for people with visual or cognitive disabilities who need a predictable, less punishing experience. But really, look at that last point. This helps anyone who has ever been distracted or in a hurry or just human.
It helps every single one of us.
Okay, so now that we've taken this whole thing apart, you've basically just gained a new superpower. You now have the ability to see this invisible layer of really thoughtful design all around you. And I'm serious, from now on, you're going to notice it everywhere. You'll feel it the next time you drag your finger off a button to cancel something. You'll appreciate it when an app lets you undo a mistake. It's not invisible to you anymore. It's a clear sign that you're using something that was built with real care. In the end, pointer cancellation is just a perfect example of one of the countless hidden rules that make our digital world actually work. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other thoughtful, invisible rules are out there, quietly making our lives just a little bit easier every single day?